Why does your buddy's 5,000 square foot Florida home run perfectly on a 24 kW generator, but your 2,700 square foot home in the mountains of North Carolina needs a 26 kW just to survive a snowstorm? What gives? That's the problem with the phrase whole home generator. It sounds simple, it's anything but. Let's unpack why using two real world examples. Let's start with the Florida guy. He's at sea level running propane. All of his heavy appliances, cooktop, oven, dryer, water heater, even his pool heater run on gas. His central air, inverter driven, ultra efficient. And it's just him and his wife living there, so from a generator's perspective, that home is light work. That 24 kW unit, it's coasting. But here's where things get counterintuitive. Now, meet the homeowner in Boone, North Carolina. Smaller house, only 2,700 square feet, but the electrical load, way higher. He's running natural gas at 4,000 feet elevation, and nearly every major appliance is electric. Induction cooktop, electric oven, electric dryer, plus a 50 amp EV charger. And unlike the Florida guy, this home is lived in. Kids, laundry, hot meals, the works. So how can a smaller house need a bigger generator? Two words, physics and penalty. Here's the first penalty. Fuel type. Did you know that most generators produce less power on natural gas? That 26 kW system in Boone, on paper, sounds great, but the second it runs on natural gas, it drops to about 22.5 kW. That's over 13% gone just from fuel choice, and we're not done yet. Now, let's talk about elevation. What happens when you live at 4,000 feet above sea level? Generators lose about 3.5% of output per 1,000 feet. That's another 14% gone. Combine that with the fuel drop, and that 26 kW generator is now putting out around 19.4 kW, or about 80 amps of usable power, down from over 100. That's a big difference when your home needs it most. So here's a question. Does that still count as a whole home? This is the part that trips most people up. Is generator sizing about square footage? Nope. It's about load. A massive home that runs on gas can be easier to back up than a smaller, all-electric home with modern appliances and multiple users. So why do homeowners still feel like something just doesn't add up? Because it feels unfair. You start wondering, why is my buddy powering a bigger house with a smaller generator? Is the installer trying to upsell me, or did my friend just get a good deal? But the truth is, neither. Your homes, your fuel, your elevation, and your electrical needs are just completely different. Still not convinced? Let's look at how lifestyle changes the equation. Does your family cook often? Do you do laundry daily? Do you run an EV charger overnight? Maybe the Florida couple barely cooks at home and keeps it simple, but the Boone homeowner, 4 burners on the induction cooktop and an oven at 400 degrees at the same time. That's not a luxury, that's daily life for some families. So when you try to downsize your generator just to save some money, what happens? Enter smart management modules. These clever little devices stagger your appliance loads so a smaller generator can handle a bigger home. Sounds like a smart fix, right? But here's the catch. These modules get mounted near your panel or even at each appliance. And even with a clean install, they add clutter. More importantly, they're another point of failure. And during a storm, you don't want to be the guy whose dryer or AC is offline, not because the generator failed, but because a $500 module did. To be fair, these modules are well designed, but like any gadget, they can fail. And when they do, you're calling for emergency service, replacing hardware, and racking up costs long after your cheaper install is done. That's the cost of adding complexity to save a buck up front. So if whole home doesn't mean square footage and smart tech isn't a silver bullet, what does it actually mean? It should mean peace of mind. No juggling loads, no appliance Tetris, just your life fully powered. You cook, you clean, you charge your car, you take a hot shower during an outage without even thinking about it. But what if you have solar? Doesn't that help? A lot of homeowners think that solar offsets the generator size, but here's the truth. Most grid-tied solar shuts down during outages, so your solar inverters go dark unless you have batteries or special equipment. So if your house needs a 26 kW, you still need a generator that can handle all of it, solar or not. Let's be honest, this isn't about kilowatts, it's about comfort. You're buying peace of mind during chaos. You want your home to feel normal even when the world outside isn't. And that brings me to a comparison that most people instantly understand. Buying a generator is a lot like buying a truck. You tell yourself, I don't need the bigger engine. You're justifying the smaller payment. It'll be fine. And then you hook up your RV or your boat and you feel the regret instantly. Here's the difference. With a truck, you can trade it in. With a generator, once it's installed, it's permanent. Swapping it means ripping out electrical, gas lines, concrete pads, the whole deal. That little bit you saved, it disappears fast when you realize you undersized. So how do the pros avoid all of this? We don't guess, we calculate. We factor in elevation, fuel type, appliance loads, surge demand, gas flow, lifestyle, and build a system that actually works when the power's out. Because the outage is the worst time to learn that your generator isn't enough. So before you sign anything, ask, what's my usable output on my fuel at my elevation? How many amps does my AC pull on startup? What's my actual load, including electrical appliances, EVs, and future plans? And most important, what's my comfort expectation during an outage? Generator sizing isn't about the biggest unit or the cheapest, it's about the right one. You wouldn't buy your neighbor's shoes because they're cheaper, don't buy their generator either. Get what fits. If this opened your eyes, stick around. In part 2, we'll walk through how we actually size a generator from start to finish. And if you're trying to figure out your own system right now, reach out, we'll help you get it right the first time. And there you have it, whole home generators simplified and clarified. Thank you for spending this time with me. It is always great to have you here. And remember, when in doubt, get it checked out. Stay curious, stay prepared, and we'll keep you powered no matter what. See you in the next one.